A new court filing claims that many of Fox News stars and executives knew the claims being pushed by former President Donald Trump were lies, but Fox News continued to push the very same conspiracies to their millions of viewers anyways. The 200-page court filing, brought as part of the $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit brought by election technology company Dominion against the media giant for airing baseless conspiracies about voter machine fraud, was released Thursday. The filing contains details of private messages, emails, and testimony from some of Fox News' most recognizable names, including hosts Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Sean Hannity. It also included messages from the station's owners, the Murdoch family. The claims made in the filing are monumental. The filing, in addition to claiming that Fox News continued to push election fraud lies on air while privately deriding them, also shows how some of the station's stars and executives dismissed guests such as former Trump lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell as an insane person and a fucking nutcase, respectively. The filing also claims that Carlson called Trump a demonic force, and said that Fox's own internal fact-checking group, known as the Brain Room, concluded the Dominion allegations being pushed by Trump were incorrect and there was not evidence of widespread fraud. Days after the 2020 election, Fox News host Tucker Carlson texted with his producer Alex Pfeiffer about the station's decision to call Arizona for President Joe Biden before any other network. "We worked really hard to build what we have," Carlson wrote on November 5, 2020. "Those fuckers are destroying our credibility. It enrages me." Pfeiffer replied, and said that many on our side are being reckless demagogues right now. "Of course they are," Carlson wrote back, according to the filing. "We're not going to follow them," adding what Trump's good at is destroying things. He's the undisputed world champion of that. He could easily destroy us if we play it wrong. Months later, on January 6, 2021, hours after insurrectionists had invaded the Capitol, Carlson once again texted Pfeiffer, "Trump is a demonic force, a destroyer. But he's not going to destroy us." Sidney Powell, who filed dozens of so-called Kraken lawsuits on behalf of Trump's campaign in the weeks and months after the 2020 election, became a frequent guest on Fox News. That whole narrative that Sidney was pushing. "I did not believe it for 1 second," Fox News host Sean Hannity admitted in sworn depositions given in August 2022, despite repeatedly giving her airtime on his show, even after Trump had disavowed her. Carlson, who also had Powell on his show multiple times, at one point texted his producer on November 16 to say Sidney Powell is lying. "Fucking bitch." It's unclear what specifically Carlson was referring to, as the previous portion of the filing is redacted. Days later, on November 18, Carlson texted fellow Fox News host Laura Ingraham, "Sidney Powell is lying by the way. Caught her. It's insane." Ingraham responded with a text, "Sidney is a complete nut. No one will work with her." Ditto with Rudy Giuliani. When Fox News host Maria Bartiromo asked where Powell was getting all her information, Powell sent her, and Lou Dobbs, an email she had received from a source entitled, "Election Fraud Info." "Who am I?" the email's author asks. "And how do I know all of this? I've had the strangest dreams since I was a little girl. I was internally decapitated, and yet I live. The wind tells me I'm a ghost, but I don't believe it." The email alleged, with no evidence, that Dominion was the one common thread in the voting irregularities in a number of states. It also laid out a few other wild claims. The email also claimed that Justice Scalia was purposefully killed at the annual Bohemian Grove camp during a week-long human hunting expedition and that former Fox News CEO Roger Ailes, who died in 2017, and Rupert Murdoch secretly huddle most days to determine how best to portray Mr. Trump as badly as possible, the new court filing states. Powell's source also claimed in this email that she gets her information from experiencing something like time travel in a semi-conscious state, allowing her to see what others don't see, and hear what others don't hear. Behind the scenes, Fox News staffers derided Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, who pushed many wild election conspiracies, including the Dominion voting machine ones. Hannity called Giuliani an insane person in November 11, 2020 text, and in January 2021, Ingraham sent a text calling him such an idiot. Yet both repeatedly hosted the former mayor of New York on their shows. John Fawcett, a producer on Lou Dobbs Tonight, which also repeatedly featured Giuliani, sent a message on January 3, 2021, saying, "Giuliani is so full of shit." A group chat between Carlson, Hannity, and Ingraham provided a lot of the insights contained in Thursday's filing, including one November 12 conversation in which Carlson suggested that a Fox News reporter should be fired for deciding to fact-check a Trump tweet on her own Twitter account. The filing says reporter Jackie Heinrich accurately fact-checked Trump's claims in a tweet of her own, pointing out that top election infrastructure officials had concluded that there is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised. Referencing Heinrich's tweet, Carlson told Hannity, "Please get her fired." Seriously. What the fuck? Actually shocked. It needs to stop immediately, like tonight. It's measurably hurting the company. The stock price is down. Not a joke.